Good morning, my friends. Well, first February, and I'm out here, and it's a cold, chilly morning, and I just wanted to show you. Uh, this will be the difference: the beginning of February and the end of February, which is 4 weeks later. And you can see the Drake elm tree is completely bare. Wait, I think there's might be a leaf right there. And by the end of February, I'll bet we have some like green fuzz that you're beginning to see. But you can see down below, everything is gone with the exception of one zinnia. Look at the bloom, isn't that funny? One zinnia. And then if you can see these, I'll come in closer. Hang on just one sec. There, that's better. The pentas. You know, I had pentas there last summer that looked really bad, and then I had caladiums here from, what was it, August, September, October, November, December, and they really started to die back. But the pentas, even though even though the tops of the plants died, I kind of cut them back and just allowed the root to stay. And the roots then started to reform my penta plants, and you can see it's such a signature leaf. You know, it has that oblong leaf with a point at the end and the very distinct veins coming out. But I have several of these beginning, and I really don't want to pull them. I've weeded, but I don't want to pull them out because I have them throughout. And as they're coming up, I just kind of like nurture them. Do I have any more? I was going to say, I thought I had a few on this side also. Maybe not. Oh, there's one. There's one little penta. But as I find them, I will add them to this area. Back to the front. The crepe myrtle needs to be cut back, and I can take those stems, those branches and limbs, and either, you know, in years past I've curled them and made a hoop fence around my elm tree here, and you know, wherever I was planting things. The arbicolas, they really need to go. As you can see, they've thinned out, they're a little too airy. Those are in big clay pots. They've gotten top heavy, and I'm sure the roots are just nothing, you know, the dirt is nothing but root. And so anytime we have a heavy wind, they blow over. In front of it are the mock oranges. Rick keeps saying he'd really like me to take those and pull them out. And this gardenia has never righted itself, is I guess what I want to say. I had bought that, and it was growing in the backyard, and then it wasn't getting it didn't like it back there, so I dug it up and I moved it out here. Now it does bloom, but those leaves look so anemic. I've added iron to it, I've fertilized it, I've added worm castings, I've added super soil. It just, you know, it has leaves. The leaves are not misshapen or anything, but it just doesn't look right. So, you know, this, like I said, this is the beginning of February, first day of February. We came out and weeded all of this, or I should say Rick weeded all of it for this change. I did have my caladiums down here, and I pulled out those bulbs, and it was weeded around. So much more needs to be done. We're just in that cleanup mode. I had caladiums all in here and here, and they've all been taken up I let them dry out a bit, and then I cut the tops off, and those bulbs are just resting a bit. I think I will probably in a month or two maybe add them back in and see if they'll come back. Those are the when we went over to Lake Placid, Florida, I bought 8 bags of caladiums and planted them throughout. It was beautiful. They just looked lovely. I certainly enjoyed it. I had them all in here. There's a couple more zinnias. Those are volunteers. I had them out here in pots, and they just uh, probably broke open and laid down seeds, and there we go. It's nice when you can just kind of keep layering. The bougainvillea has been cut back, and it hasn't started to rebloom again, but you can see it still does look lush. We never had a freeze. We had nights that got, by 4 a.m., 5 a.m., they got to about 36, I think, was about the lowest we might have had. So anyway, this will be a short one because, there's nothing to show you. I mean, even the ligustrum here doesn't need to be trimmed because it's been cold and it hasn't really grown. So anyway, that's about all there is to show you. And I did clean out the bird bath. Even winter and summer. In the summer, it needs to be done almost every day. In the winter, I can get away with about once a week. So from my house to yours, I hope everybody has a great day. And remember, stop back the end of February and see just how different it looks. Take care. Bye-bye.